Welcome back to the Fanema Movie Podcast, episode 19. I'm back with my brother, my co-host, Miguel, back in the studio. In this glorious bedroom with two microphones.
And copious amounts of Star Wars.
Copious amounts of Star Wars nerd paraphernalia,
everywhere,
if you will. We don't have any of those fancy sounding foams on the wall.
Acoustic foam.
Yeah, you know that stuff, all right?
Yeah.
We don't got any of that. I like to call it wall cheese. Does that make any sense? I think, the cheese in my refrigerator is oddly similar shaped and colored. I should probably throw it away.
Ew.
But we do have a lot of things on the wall. I read, sorry to get off topic here, of the topic we haven't started, but I read that you don't really need that stuff if you have things on the wall.
Yeah, if you have stuff in the room.
Yeah, you got, and this room is fairly well packed, I will say.
Yeah, it is.
I think the space is used very well.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you basically took your old room and just...
It's the Eli's Room Lite.
Yes.
That's what I like to call it. The free version.
Yeah.
Like the trial version when you sign up. But it still works is exactly the same.
Just a little smaller.
Which is fine, Because I don't know. I like it. Bella's still here. We got a pug in here. We got the movies in here. Star Wars is here.
What else do you need?
Jinx, you owe me a...
All right.
Thank you. That was very candid. But today on the movie podcast, I want to try something a little different. And that's that it'll be 5 minutes long. Goodbye.
Okay.
No, I don't know. I have a lot of changes I want to make. I really want to try and get this thing on YouTube going.
Mm-hmm.
I think that the viewership there is I just think it's easier to grab.
Yeah.
We were talking a little bit off mic about how I felt like, at first I said I think that, podcasting is nice. And I feel confident in this, what would the word be? This discipline.
Okay.
I guess you can say.
Yeah.
But I feel like my face is made for the screen.
Well, if I am going to correct you, I believe you said your profile.
Wait, you didn't let me finish here. You are half right. I said, you know what? I will retract that statement and say that I don't believe my face is made for anything. Any kind of screen. But more so my side profile. I feel like I'm that guy that, when you look at like the doctor's office, they have like the black and white side profiles, a bunch of random people saying like, you could have.
Yeah.
I'd be at least one of them.
Okay. Yeah, that's
maybe
fair.
It's not a good thing.
But you're still there.
But I'm still there. I'm still in the building. I'm still on the wall.
Still got your foot in the
anyways,
door.
we got... I'm not really going off a strict structure today. We do have a lot of things to talk about. Well, we could talk about. We can do whatever the hell we want. It's our show. But we did see Toy Story 4 today.
Yes, we did.
And I was previously on the record saying that... And I need to rewatch it so that I have it fresh in the mind. But my current champion before today for most beautiful... animation of all time was How to Train Your Dragon 3.
Okay, yeah, that's fair.
Now it's got some stark competition.
Yes, it does.
Because this Toy Story 4, man.
Oh man.
When it first starts, I think they were just trying to show off. I really do think they were trying to show off with the water and the storm and you got some wheels turning and some mud shooting and you got a lot of things going on. You got a lot of different elements. And immediately, well, not really. I'm just saying there's some water.
There's some water.
And, you got your slinkies and you got your things and doodads and Bob Addits. And I think that there's so much to take away from this movie. I gave How to Train Your Dragon, I believe I gave it a 9 out of 10. And this movie would, the best review I've ever given, which, looking back, I'd probably take it down a little bit, but not much. I gave Incredibles 2 a 9.5.
Okay.
And I think I'd settle on a 9 because I do believe this movie, I would give that coveted 9.5. I've never given anything a 10.
Yeah,
just to be clear.
It was incredible.
It was incredible. I got so close to crying.
I know, and that doesn't happen.
So close to crying, man.
That doesn't happen.
And I don't know, dude. I was tilting my head up. I did not want that tear to roll. I did not want the tear to roll. I didn't want to wipe my face, mainly because there's a little kid there, and he was not crying. And I was like, you know what? You haven't been on this journey
You're saying
since
pimps
1990.
don't cry.
You know what? I'm not a pimp, so I can cry all the hell I want. But damn, I wouldn't even be mad about crying in that movie.
It was like a very big emotional build up throughout the entire movie.
Especially because I did a rewatch right before of 1 through 3. And man, I wanted to cry again in 3. 3 is a tearjerker. And I was very skeptical about this movie all the way through. Just really until we sat down. I always had a level of skepticism until it wasn't even a frame. It was a sound of Randy Newman music, and I was like, oh, God. We're back, boys. And that's all I needed. And, everything proved me wrong in this movie. I was afraid that we didn't need it. What is a story that they can tell? I do believe I had a podcast in the past where I sort of predict what it could be about after the first tease. Mm-hmm. I was saying, maybe they can tackle the idea of what it means to be a toy and the relevance of that in the world. I wasn't necessarily what it was about. That was a theme, but I don't think it was the main thing.
No.
Damn, they really, I don't understand how they just keep making these powerful, powerful messages. I think that my favorite Toy Story may still be 3.
Okay, yeah, that's fair. I just watched it the other day.
Same. But it's splitting hairs. I think, and the point to that is my favorite may go down as 3 and then 4. I think it'll be 3, 4, 1, 2.
Yeah.
And I love them all.
Yeah.
But I think that the most powerful messages definitely came in this one.
Oh, yeah.
It
hit hard when it came to those messages.
A lot of messages about parenting and growing up and living your life and different kinds of things that, a lot of it's subtext. A lot of it, and that's something Toy Story does just as well as Quentin Tarantino, ironically, is use of subtext. Not really, they tell you something without saying it blatantly. They put in its analogies and it's, they're toys. But I thought it was beautiful. You had like 3 Star Wars references, which is awesome.
Yeah.
Where does this rank, man, in your movies of the year?
In my movies of the year, gosh.
Because we're gonna have to make that list maybe next week.
Oh, goodness.
Our top 10 of the first half of the year.
Yeah. That's really hard. It's up there. It's up there for sure.
Let me throw some topics out there. Some movies. How to Train Your Dragon 3, Toy Story 4.
Oh God. I'm gonna have to go with Toy Story over How to Train Your Dragon, but it's close for me.
Yeah, I thought that How to Train Your Dragon 3 was my 3rd favorite of the series.
Really?
Yeah. I definitely go 2, 1, 3. I do love 3. I love it.
Yeah.
But Toy Story gets the easy vote over that one for me personally.
I'd probably say 2, 3, 1 for How to Train Your Dragon for me.
Respectable. I respect it. All right, let me throw another one out there for you. We have, I'm not going to throw the heavy hitter yet, but there's a couple heavy hitters. Toy Story 4 or Captain Marvel.
Toy Story 4.
Yeah,
sure.
On the topic of Captain Marvel, I've seen it again. And I really do like it.
Yeah.
But I do believe that it is definitely in the bottom half of Marvel movies for me.
Yeah.
And something that I have been saying since the beginning, and I don't think it should be taken in a sour way or anything. I think that Captain Marvel had one of the poorest written scripts of all the Marvel films. But it has one of the best casts.
Yes.
And I think that kind of saved it in a way. I think that the script could have been a lot better, but the way that they use Samuel L. Jackson in abundance, Brie Larson and the rest of the cast, Ben Mendelsohn is fantastic. I thought really, really saved it. And I do wonder if that, because I'm not familiar. See, this is, usually I'm a director nut and all that kind of stuff. I don't even remember who directed it. I remember it was a pair. It was a man and woman.
I don't know.
Don't remember their names.
I don't know.
I'm not sure about their previous works, but I just wonder, what if someone like an Edgar Wright would have directed it?
Ooh,
or even Patty Jenkins. And the funny thing about that is both Edgar Wright and Patty Jenkins were supposed to direct Ant-Man.
Really?
Yep, Edgar Wright was signed on, and they realized it was too Edgar Wright-esque. Like, they wanted him to play more in the Marvel sandbox, and he wanted to make it an Edgar Wright movie, so they kind of had to part ways. Patty Jenkins was supposed to direct the first Ant-Man as well, and I can't remember why, things didn't work out. But I would have loved to see that.
The directors for Captain Marvel were Anna Boden and
There you go.
Ryan Fleck.
Ah, Ryan Fleck. Is he like a descendant of the Afflecks?
I don't think he is.
All right. Toy Story 4. I'm trying to think of another movie you loved. You didn't see Mary Poppins, did you?
No, I did not.
Damn. Wait, that was
Wasn't
last
2018?
year. Yeah, that was December.
That was December.
Okay, Avengers 4, Toy Story 4.
It's tough.
It is
really
tough.
Is
it is tough, man.
Because just the wait I had for event, that year wait, was rough.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't like
it was a different thing.
Yeah,
because the way that this hit in a way that I was afraid it wouldn't. And Avengers hit in the way I knew it would, and it still hit, man. Mm-hmm. It's like you knew it was gonna just.
Well, if I'm being completely honest, I cried more in Avengers.
Did you cry in this movie?
No, I didn't. I was forcefully holding it back.
Yeah, same.
Because I didn't want to. I could, if I would have just let myself, I would have been crying like a little child at the end of that movie.
Same, yeah.
But I held back. I couldn't hold back.
Was it because of Mr. Potato Head?
No.
Okay.
Well, I mean, it is sad when you think about, because the guy
who
voiced him,
Mikey, yeah,
that is really sad.
Who voiced him now? I forget.
No, they used
they
old
did.
Voice
You're
clips.
right. Yeah, they did, which is cool. I like that.
Yeah.
All right,
sad.
now we're gonna move on from this. Toy Story Toy Story.
Yeah.
Toy Story 4, phenomenal.
Yes.
Keanu Reeves.
Keanu
Let me get on to that.
Yes.
So the Keanu is real. Everybody knows it. But people don't remember that Keanu Reeves is Constantine.
Yeah.
Constantine. Yeah. But think about this year. He was in John Wick 3.
Mm.
He was in Always Be My Maybe on Netflix, which is a huge hit.
Yeah.
And he plays himself.
Yeah, I saw.
Which is
I
saw
funny.
That
in an Instagram clip.
I would say it's worth watching it. I mean, the movie's not bad. It's an entertaining watch.
Yeah. I just need to steal your Netflix still.
Yeah. I mean, it's not stealing.
I just need to use your Netflix.
There you go. You can. I give you. I pay for the 4 screens. Be one of them.
Okay.
At least.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's worth watching just for the Keanu parts. He was in Toy Story 4. There's something else he was in. I was just thinking about it. Oh, and then Cyberpunk. Reveal.
Yep.
Yeah, huge.
Oh man, that was great.
And all in a fairly concentrated period.
Wake up.
He has owned the summer.
We've got a city to burn.
Yeah. Bro. With a monster in hand. No.
No, he's not a Kyle.
I mean, no, he's not. He's not. He's a good Canadian fellow.
He is a good Canadian fellow.
And I loved how on the nose they were with Duke Kaboom.
Yes. Yes, we Canada.
Yes, we Canada. The Yes We Canada podcast hosted by 2 Californians. Something, though, that I didn't even mean to talk about Keanu. So Avengers, obviously, this week or whatever, they're coming out with the re-release.
Yeah.
With the bonus footage and post-credit scene, which I feel like we have to see.
Yeah, I feel it's going to be the scene that
they cut out with the 13 Reasons Why girl.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
That's just going to
make
me hit that tear button.
Tear button. Just gonna.
But with crying.
But with tears. Yeah. So this leads me to another question.
Okay.
If there were another movie to be re-released with bonus footage to make more money, but it could not have been a big financial success. So we're talking flops. What are some of the ones you'd want to see? I can lay some out there. If one comes to your mind, go ahead.
Treasure Planet.
Ooh. Yeah. I think it would do pretty well. You know, it's definitely one of those movies that aged well over time.
Yes, it's great. It's underrated.
And it should be made into live action. They need to stop this with all the classics and give us the one. Not that Treasure Planet isn't a classic, but it's not heralded as a classic.
No, it isn't, which is a darn
By the
shame.
real ones, we know.
We know
Morph is out here. Yeah, we know Morph's out here doing his thing in the 90s or early 2000s.
Early 2000s. It was like 2003.
Something like that. I was about 8. But it's like those are the movies that you should capitalize on. The ones that people aren't going to be extremely offended in masses if you mess it up like Aladdin. And to be fair, people love Aladdin.
Yeah.
But they don't know about the brown facing.
Yeah, no, that was terrible.
Got swept under the rug.
Yeah.
Have I seen Aladdin yet?
Nope.
and that's why I can't get over it. If you don't know what I'm talking about, look it up. It's pretty bad.
Yeah.
And they didn't even bother to fix it.
That's terrible.
Damn you. I said damn like 5 times.
Anyways.
So Treasure Planet, yeah, dude. I mean, especially we saw that Maleficent trailer. Big thumbs down for me, always. Why not,
Yeah, Treasure Planet would be great.
Planet. It would look awesome on screen.
It would.
You can throw Joseph Gordon-Levitt in as a cameo, as some other character. Have him be a voice.
Let him voice Morph.
Well, they're the shuttle parkers. Yep.
Morph doesn't speak.
I know, but you know what I'm referencing there, right?
No.
Episode 8.
I couldn't understand it at all. Remember, I got a goofed ear right now.
You do have a goofed ear. Have you ever heard of a Q-tip?
Q-tips are bad for you.
Well, look.
I don't want to push the wax further into my ear.
Well, look, you got to have finesse, all right?
I don't have finesse. You should know this.
No, you don't. You're like a damn drummer trying to. Yeah. Anyways, this isn't Q-tip talk. This isn't. This is a movie podcast. But Treasure Planet, sure, I'll give you that one. You got any more? I could throw out something like, say,
throw it out.
It would be ripe for the. Can we go perhaps Pompeii?
Pompeii.
Never mind.
I never saw.
What about? No, trust me, it's all right. What is a flop that I liked? King Arthur. I like King Arthur a lot.
Yeah, you did.
Not that it needs more footage, but there's one. I think you're really on the nose with the Treasure Planet one.
I'm trying to think of flops I like. There's some terrible movies that I like that made money.
I mean, yeah, well.
You know what I'm talking
Yeah,
about.
they don't need any. They don't need any more footage. The pug's chasing her tail.
Yeah.
You would think? Do you think Frank chased his tail?
For sure.
Yeah. Yeah, probably.
I think it's like a pug thing.
Yeah, I hope so. But beyond that.
Yeah, you said a flop that I wish could be remade. Instantly, my mind went to Treasure Planet.
Yeah, I think that's a good one. Yeah, I'd say Treasure Planet. I'll take that one to the bank.
I just haven't seen like a good flop in a while that I could think of.
Yeah, and I was gonna say Battle Angel. That was a long movie, and it felt longer than it was, even though I really enjoyed it. Did you see Battle Angel?
No, I wanted to, but
yeah,
like it was at a time that I was actually going to movies with other people, and no one wanted to see it.
Oh, you're seeing movies with other people?
Yeah, it was weird. I never go to movie like if I'm over at school, I don't go to the movies with other people.
Yeah, ordinary people. John Legend.
People.
Copyright. Bam. We're done. No, I mean it was a really cool movie. I hope we get a sequel. Probably won't. Probably in that Power Rangers stage right there. The love story stuff did not work in the slightest. Everything else worked for me. Seemed really cool. I looked up some comic strips that someone recommended to me that were like pretty accurate to the movie, which was nice to see. Shout out Robert Rodriguez for making a lot of critically poorly received movies that I like. Sin City 2, and Lita. Yeah. Machete.
No. What are some other movies that you would?
That I would?
Yeah.
Fan Four Stick? No, kidding.
No.
What if? No,
just
now
remake it with just let Kevin Feige do his thing.
Bring in Krasinski. Bring in Blunt.
Huh.
Right?
Yeah.
Bring in. Let's see. Keanu as Dr. Doom?
No. I want him to be a hero so he can be in it in a couple Marvel movies.
But check this out. I see Dr. Doom as a Loki type. Not that he just keeps like going good, bad. But I mean, he keeps reoccurring.
He's coming back.
He's a big player, He's not he is an Avengers type villain.
Yeah.
Keanu as Dr. Doom, I see is quite possible because of the mask, and I think that yes, Keanu isn't the most nuanced actor, but he's definitely a crowd pleaser. He would fit in the Marvel mold perfectly, and I do think that he could definitely sort of menace a little bit,
Yeah.
Like, Dr. Doom, are you going to try and take over the world? Keanu slowly looks into frame. Yeah. but like for whatever reason, he just leaves Canada out of it.
Yeah, he's like, y'all are cool though. Like, do your thing.
It's okay. Canada is safe. New York is dead. What do you think?
Yeah, I dig it.
I could see that's just like, I don't know, just throwing out there, because in Fantastic Four, I don't see him as anyone else.
Mhm.
We don't need a Keanu thing.
Yeah.
Keanu's a
no.
Human Torch.
No.
I mean, it would be. I am actually always up for the idea of playing with the roles. Like, I think it's the dumbest thing. Whenever people argue, like when Michael B. Jordan was cast as the Human Torch, like, what? He's black. Like, yeah.
Yeah, he's black.
Who
That's
cares?
correct.
It's just like he's a great actor and he would be cool. I thought it was a great choice for the role.
Yeah.
I still do. They just didn't give him anything. But speaking of stupidity, so in my fan cast for the X-Men I did a while ago, I casted, who did I cast for Magneto? Because Magneto's typical story was the concentration camps and his parents being killed.
Yeah.
And I casted either, because I think I put Denzel as Professor X. It's just like pure, like if I could have it exactly how I wanted. And I put Irfan Khan as Magneto. He's a Bollywood actor. He's also he's in a lot of stuff.
Isn't he playing Mufasa?
No.
In the Indian version of
probably. I
King.
don't know. That'd make sense.
I believe he is.
That's awesome. I haven't heard about that, but that's awesome. But
I think I saw that name for the Indian version of the Lion
But
King.
if you guys have seen Jurassic World, he's Mr. Masrani, who basically owns Jurassic World, so you've probably seen him there. He's in another Hollywood film called, I believe it's called The Puzzle Maker, but he's incredible. But I saw someone else, I think they said they would be down for like, oh God, who was it? Maybe they said Denzel is Magneto or whatever. And here came, oh my God, that makes no sense. It just changes his character. He can't be black because his parents were in the Nazi internment camps and all this stuff. And like, okay, that would make Magneto like 100 years old. You have to change his story to make it modern.
Yeah.
Like, you guys are so just, dimwits. I'm sorry. Like, can you imagine if they were just so tied to keeping that story that they have Betty White's old buddies playing that? Like I love Betty White, but I'm just saying, like, someone so elderly that they can't even move as Magneto. Come on.
Yeah.
Like, they're gonna get Michael Fassbender and they're gonna age him up to 100 so he can still play Magneto. I remember. Like, it's just dumb. I think these characters are made to evolve.
For sure.
And especially since people are so sick and tired of the same thing. I know we were talking about Fantastic Four, but it's just carrying over for all the Fox acquisitions.
Mm-hmm.
How do you get people to sort of retake to characters? You freshen them up. You liven them up. It happens in comics all the time.
Oh, yeah.
People get stale and people stop reading a certain character.
Then they kill him.
They kill him,
and
then
someone else takes the mantle.
Yeah, takes the mantle, reinvents them completely differently. Sometimes they keep the backstory, sometimes they don't. It's okay.
It's okay. It happens, y'all.
It's okay. Magneto can be Asian. Magneto can be a woman. He could be a dog. I don't care as long as it's a good story.
Can we have the DC dog universe? It's just like Crypto and Bat Dog and
Bat Hound.
Yeah, can it just be all of them?
Please. No. Dennis Quaid is the only human.
Oh, Christ.
And it crosses over with A Dog's Purpose. Josh Gad voices them all.
Yeah, nah. I mean, I'm down with Josh Gad, but
yeah, no.
No.
So I forgot what we were even talking about before that rant.
I don't know.
That's stupid, isn't it?
Yeah.
Those guys, they're half a fig. Whoever says that Magneto can't be anything besides a white man,
An old white man.
It's half a fig.
Half a fig.
Half a fig.
Agreed.
Do you have any topics you want to put forward today?
I mean, not really.
It's okay. I got a couple more.
You're the one who runs this thing.
I do run the show. I mean, technically, yes.
That's why I said it.
And literally.
Hey,
So
I just set it up, okay?
Let me ask you something.
Yeah.
You have an action movie to make.
Okay.
And let's say who pick them. You got a bad guy and you got a good guy. I'm gonna give you two actors. Who's the bad? Who's the good?
Okay.
Zac Efron, and Tobey Maguire.
Tobey Maguire's the bad guy.
Thank you.
For sure.
Thank you. Also, unrelated, this has nothing to do with any of that besides Tobey Maguire. So they're talking that it bothers me.
I think I might know where you're going.
Venom is going to cross over with Spider-Man, which is dumb.
I
know
haven't seen Venom.
Kevin Feige said that it's in Sony's hands, or it's in their court. He said it's very likely, which makes me believe Sony is like, hey, we want to make more money. So make Spider-Man and Venom work together in a movie, or else we're taking it back.
I hope they don't work together.
I mean, not work together, but put them in a movie together. I just don't. They already set up this Tom Hardy as like a really treading the line between a hero and pretty much a hero.
Yeah,
which I hate.
I mean, in some storylines, Venom, Eddie Brock is a good guy.
Yeah, I know, but then what's the fun of like him and Spider-Man going up? Like it's just gonna. I
don't want to see a Spider-Man and Venom team up.
No, that's my point.
Like,
we
who would they be fighting?
They're gonna fight the Sandman again.
No,
Spider-Man's gonna feel bad for him, and they're gonna soundproof everything like A Quiet Place, so the bell never rings and he never gets separated by the symbiote.
Jesus Christ!
How are we gonna beat this major, biggest Spider-Man villain of all time? Hit some poles, and pull Topher Grace out of it.
Yeah.
Oof.
Oof.
I just don't see it. I just don't see how it works. They have this whole Jake Gyllenhaal Spider-Man thing, which I love. I love this idea of Mysterio coming across as the good guy in all the marketing, and he's probably going to come across as a good guy in most of the movie.
Then he's going to turn.
Then he's going to be like, oh, so you're actually not that good.
He's like, you know what?
Pro gamer move.
Yeah.
And I don't want to see that with Venom.
No.
Tom Hardy's so talented. I want him to be a villain again. And I don't want him to be this weird anti-hero that just, I don't want that stench of that movie to be put on to Tom Holland's Spider-Man. I want it nowhere near it. Because I know a lot of people like Venom. Cool, man. But I just can't believe that anyone thinks that Venom is on the same plane of existence as Spider-Man Homecoming.
Yeah, no.
It has the talent.
Hey, speaking of Spider-Man, one of the theories going on in this movie that I really don't like.
What?
People saying, oh, what if he's just Peter from the future?
Oh my gosh, I have not heard that one. He looks like it.
I hope not.
He looks like him.
Yeah, but I hope not. I'd rather see Tobey Maguire pop out of a wormhole as a Peter Parker from a different universe.
You gotta be kidding me.
Than to have Mysterio be Spider-Man from the future.
You don't mean that.
I do.
You don't mean that.
I really don't want Mysterio to be future Spider-Man.
I'd rather anything than Tobey Maguire steps on set. We're gonna fight about this later.
We're just gonna fight. Knife fight.
All right. Well, I don't want to die.
No, we're not actually gonna stab each other. They're plastic knives.
You can still,
but with a metal edge.
All right. Look. So here's the question I was trying to get to.
Okay.
You have a couple options here. Tell me which one you'd like the most. Tom Hardy continues as, and I do believe, to preface this, that the deal that Sony and Marvel have, they can't have any live-action Spider-Man in the Sonyverse unless it's Tom Holland, basically.
Okay.
Which would be why they don't have, like, a Silk in there or, like, Miles Morales in there. That's why they made a Venom movie, I think.
Yeah.
In general. Okay. Would you rather that Andrew Garfield come back somehow? It's just hypothetical here. And be thrust into this Venomverse? Tobey Maguire comes back and be thrust into this Venomverse?
Mm-hmm.
It crosses over with Tom Holland's Spider-Man somehow interdimensional travel, because obviously this does not take place in the MCU.
Yeah.
Or
just leave Spider-Man out of it.
Donald Glover is Miles Morales as a grown-up.
No.
In this Venomverse. Choose one.
I mean, I wouldn't want Donald Glover as Miles Morales because it's already established in the MCU that it's his uncle.
Yeah.
He's the Prowler.
Mm-hmm.
I also don't want it to interfere with Tom Holland.
Okay.
And I really don't want to see Tobey Maguire again.
Very much agreed.
So I guess by process of elimination, I'm going Andrew Garfield.
Garfield's back, baby. Bring the lasagna.
That was terrible.
Come on, man. I would choose the same one.
Eli hit the blue button.
I guess not.
I'd choose the same outcome, man. I just, and it's by process of elimination.
Yeah.
I don't want any of it. I mean, unless Donald Glover is just in there putting his hands on shoulders going, hey, then I don't want it. What about, how weird would it be? Shamik Moore voices Spider-Man, Miles Morales, and Into the Spider-Verse.
Yeah.
What if we got Shamik Moore as live-action Miles Morales?
That'd be kind of cool.
Because he's fairly young.
He's in his 20s.
Yeah.
He's
I mean,
a young guy.
But I do think he may be older than Tom Holland.
I think so,
yeah. And then with him, I mean, yeah, I don't think it works. Especially with Donald Glover's age and Homecoming.
Yeah.
And of course, it's possible. Like, we know people who have nephews older than them and things like that, you know?
Yeah, we do.
But, like, I just don't think that story-wise it works.
Yeah, no.
Like, yeah, my nephew lives in this neighborhood. I don't like big guns on the street. Then his nephew's like, oh, what up, Unc? Like just like 45 years old.
Yeah.
Not that Shamik Moore's 45 either, but you get the point.
Yeah.
Just like the same age. Like Spider-Man, Tom Holland's trying to train him how to be Spider-Man, but he's 10 years older than him. Come on, man. You just gotta sling your web and, be Spider-Man. We don't need that. Although it would be interesting, I guess it'd be a different take, which, as I said before in the show, I'm always up to. I just think that the way they've set things up so far, I would love nothing more than to have... I really, honestly, truly want nothing more than to have a Spider-Man 10 with this kid, with Tom Holland. I want to have... Because it's cool and it's nice, far from... First off, Homecoming wasn't very... I mean, it was New York, but it wasn't like the heart of New York, We didn't get much web slinging through the... We didn't get much skyscraper stuff or, going through... I mean, it's very grounded, which I like. And now we're going far from home. We're going overseas. But I really, really, truly want, which we saw in the other two iterations, but not the way I wanted, Spider-Man in New York, slinging off the Empire State Building, going through the skyline and just kind of big city stuff,
Big city stuff.
Big city stuff. Not snapping
Big city balling.
Big city slinging.
Yeah.
I don't need him to be snapping to some downward, like some jazz. I don't need him to be moping around everywhere like Garfield, which I loved. I loved it, man. I love sad Spider-Man. I love sad almost anybody.
Sad Spider-Man? You mean Peter B. Parker from Into the Spider-Verse?
Yeah. But I mean, Spider-Man, and I know the other the other complaint about Spider-Man Garfield is that he was too cool. Yeah, he really was. Peter Parker was too cool. Spider-Man was awesome. I loved his Spider-Man.
No, Peter Parker was way too cool.
Hey, man, I just skate around and stuff.
I just skate around and take pictures of random people.
Invent stuff. I'm cool. I'm mysterious.
And then there's
hey, Pete, want some cookies? My dad wants to kick you out of your apartment because you're poor. And he's like, let me just go goth and start snapping.
Hey, but you can't say that Maguire's Peter Parker wasn't an actual loser.
I agree. Definite loser. And I see, that's the thing, though. Peter Parker isn't supposed to actually be a loser. He's just supposed to... Nah. Like, he's a good kid, and he's...
Yeah, but he's kind of a loser.
I mean, he loses things. You're right. He loses a lot of things.
He's not a Guardians of the Galaxy loser. He's like... He has, like, two friends.
Yeah.
Loser.
Yeah, and he gets bullied even though he could probably...
A lot.
Yeah.
No, this is before he gets bit. He just gets bullied.
But Tom Holland still the best.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Unless, and this is my dream for Tom Holland. Tom Holland, I want him to be around for enough movies that he could go in to being the PS4 Spider-Man, basically.
Yes.
Because that Spider-Man is great. If you throw him in there, he's my favorite.
Oh yeah, for
sure. And then Tom Holland.
I love PS4 Spider-Man
because he's so accurate. He's so perfect. Just
remember, regardless of where the Spider-Man comes from, they only have 2 eggs and half a carton of milk in their fridge. no matter the iteration.
So do you eat them separate or together?
You got to make it
Because
last.
you know that milk's clumpy.
You got to make it last.
So what you're saying is you dilute each.
Yeah.
Half an egg, keep the other half in the shell back in the fridge.
Yep.
Pour some water in the pan. Or
Yeah.
some milk.
You just gotta boil the clumps away.
So, another movie that's coming out soon is what's today? June 25th.
Yeah.
June 25th.
M25.
We get about 29 days until Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Okay.
I think that movie. Do you think that movie is?
What day does that come out?
No idea. I just know that it's in 29 days.
Probably the 19th then. So
All right.
probably the same day as Lion King.
Oh, damn. What do I do?
Let me look real quick.
I have to see Once Upon a Time in Hollywood first because Lion King can't be spoiled for me.
True. No, July 26th is when
Once Upon
a Time comes out. So they come out a week after.
So we're safe. It's like, can you believe Mufasa died?
What?
Or can you believe Mufasa lived?
That would be a spoiler.
It's like Simba actually dies early on, and not early on. Simba goes through all this, dies on his way back, and then Mufasa comes super old and grizzled back, like, I lived.
With a beard.
with a beard. I lived.
This is not the Fan Awakens podcast.
Yeah, but it's James Earl Jones, all right? And James Earl Jones transcends the genre of podcasting. He can go through these lines.
Okay.
Yeah. That'd be a big spoiler.
Yeah, that would.
What
But
if,
overall, I don't think it could get spoiled for you.
No, not really, no. So yeah, I think if they were to come out on the same day, I'd have to see Once Upon a Time, because I don't need to hear the spoiler that Sharon Tate murders the hell out of Charles Manson. I think there's definitely a chance of that.
Really?
Think about
That she murders?
Yes, I definitely think there's a chance. Because you think about Tarantino's history with historical films. He likes massage history.
Yeah.
You haven't seen Glorious Bastards, have you?
I saw like 20 minutes of it.
Was it the end?
No.
Oh, I can't tell you then. I can tell you.
You've told me before.
I have. They kill Hitler.
Yeah.
Sorry, spoiler alert. They kill him. They like mow him down in a movie theater.
Yeah, and that that didn't happen in real life.
Yeah, not that we know of.
Unfortunately.
So wouldn't it be possible to even an educated guess that Sharon Tate and or somebody else will murder Charles Manson in this film?
That'd be pretty cool.
Here's my pick. I think Bruce Lee will do it.
You think Bruce Lee's
I
gonna
think
murder
Bruce
him?
Lee's gonna murder him.
That'd be awesome.
Wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Sorry.
What if everyone just
I don't need to hear the people like, well, Charles Manson's actually a really talented musician. I don't care.
What if they just Julius Caesar Charles Manson and just everyone takes a stab at him?
You mean Jon Snow?
For the watch.
For the watch. I don't
Man,
know.
that had me messed up. Even though I knew he came back,
Yeah.
that had me messed up.
Just because you're like, okay.
Ollie,
like-
man. The kid.
Like, after all this man's done for y'all.
You gonna stab him like 10
I
times?
know this isn't the Thrones podcast, but I saw a post that I believe it was like Daenerys and Jon.
Mm-hmm.
It was like Daenerys. What did it say? She killed everyone. No, who was it? Ah, darn it. I can't remember what it was. Someone is like, they killed everyone for their love. Oh, that is Jaime. Jaime killed everyone for his love, and it showed him and Cersei. It showed him, John and Dany, and said he killed his love for everyone.
Dang.
That one cut a little deep, you know?
Yeah, it's still, weird. That's his aunt.
Mikey, look.
He said, I'm not going to be the Lannisters.
Or Targaryens. Targaryens are
honestly
open about it. They don't care.
As she showed.
Yeah.
She was like, hey, it's chill.
Yeah, it's chill. All right, don't worry about it.
I was like, no, I think I will worry about it.
I'd like my child to have two eyes. not 3. Movies, love them.
Yeah.
Can we petition to have an AMC put in here in Fresno, California?
I wish.
Or Clovis? I just want to formally ask AMC. Look, California is the largest state in the country,
Yep.
populace-wise.
Yep.
Obviously, Alaska's bigger, and Texas.
And Texas.
But populace, we're the biggest, most populated.
We got them people.
We are in the 6th largest city in the highest populated state in the United States, and we do not have a single AMC theater.
Nah.
Thus, I cannot be an AMC Stubs member.
And save
Thus,
a boatload of money.
I am very broke because of movies.
Yeah, my closest AMC theater when I'm at school is 2 hours away.
Exactly, and that is not fair. Okay, AMC,
I almost went
think
there for the Marvel marathon. I almost skipped
I know.
several days of school,
I would have done the same.
but they sold out.
Look, AMC, I will allow you to sponsor this podcast if you don't put an AMC in my city of Fresno and or Clovis. Although, if you don't put a theater in, I will still allow you to sponsor this podcast because then I would have enough money to hopefully see the movies at full price. But, what does it matter if I can't spend it with you? AMC. I've only been to an AMC theater a handful of times in my life.
I've never.
And let me run down them for you. Some of the best experiences in my life were at AMC. 2000 and let's see. When did I turn 21? What year was it? 2016?
2016, I believe.
2000 and let's say 16. I was 21 years old, and I moseyed my way on to the wonderful city of Las Vegas.
The city of Las Vegas.
As a young man who's of drinking age but does not drink
Yep.
and or party,
No.
I found myself eating a lot
Uh-huh.
and walking around and seeing shows,
Yeah.
drinking a lot of water, staying hydrated, certainly. And then I found the AMC at the very start of the strip, really past the strip, but it's there. And I decided to walk in some very uncomfortable shoes across gravel for like 2.5 miles or something.
Gross.
And my feet were bleeding. But I saw Manchester by the Sea at an AMC theater in Las Vegas, and that left me speechless. And so,
Because who's going to see Manchester by the Sea off the Las Vegas Strip?
exactly, I am. And my request, AMC, is please just open one here so I don't have to go to Las Vegas, drive 6 hours, wear some awfully uncomfortable shoes when I have some very comfortable ones packed as well, walk 2.5 miles there, and see Manchester by the Sea when I could just stay home, drive down the street, and go there.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the closest one to us is San Francisco.
Well, that is unfortunate. And that is probably going to be the end of the show. Episode 19, I'm sorry, of the Fanema Movie Podcast. AMC, holla at your boy. You can find us at Fanema Movies on Instagram and Twitter. Find me at Elilo_Ren on Instagram. Find this guy at
Jalapena01, JALEPENA01, because the correct way was already taken.
Had to restart that. Goodbye.